The button has been pushed. Hello and welcome. What's going on, guys? Coming to you live from the dungeon. And if you haven't already, make sure to check out our YouTube. Wherever you listen to your podcast, you will find an amazing session by our guest this week. Shay is too fucking cool for us today. He has the day off. He quit his job. There's no reason why he shouldn't be here. Fuck you, Shay. So I'm going to do this by myself. And luckily, I was spoiled because when you check out this set, you will find out why it is so hard to describe the type of music. This dude next to me literally brought out his fiddle bow on his banjo. So make sure you go check it out. They are the men of Front Porch. What's going on, boys?
Hello. What's up?
All the way from Northwest Arkansas.
Oh, yeah.
Dude, and it's not just Northwest Arkansas. Haven't you guys been named Arkansas's Country Music Association's Best Bluegrass Band for like the last 2 years?
We've been nominated.
Oh, well, you should have won. Do better, Arkansas. But so let's talk about this, because obviously when you say Arkansas and Bluegrass, there's one fucking band that immediately you think of, right?
Arkansas?
Thank you.
You gotta get the guy from out of state to say it.
Yeah, the one from Kansas, right?
I live in Missouri, but it is Kansas City, so close.
Fuck, don't do that to me.
I know, it's tough.
just stop. It's funny because I'm from Hawaii, the island in the state of Hawaii. So when people are like, "Oh, where are you from?" I'm like, "Hawaii." They're like, "Oh, which island?" I'm like, "Hawaii." And I'm like, no,
I get that.
Fuck you, Missouri. It's miserable.
It's pretty nice.
But what I'm saying is like Arkansas isn't something that immediately us as fans of this genre go and look to when it comes to like bluegrass or even jam, right? Because like I listen to a lot of music and I can't name 10 bands from fucking Arkansas, and I need to do better. I know that. But what I always like to do is find out how you guys got your start. What made you pick bluegrass? And like a couple of you aren't from Arkansas, so how the fuck did you meet? What was the first steps of creating this band?
That's for you two.
How far back do you want to go?
The beginning of time, Alex.
All right. Well, I grew up playing in a family band, playing bluegrass. I started playing mandolin when I was like 6 years old or something.
Okay. So were your parents obviously musicians?
Yeah. My dad is a musician.
Okay. Traveling musician? Was he just
Yeah, totally. He's traveled a lot. He actually just retired from the road, like last year. So.
And what kind of music was he playing?
He was playing like French Creole stuff.
Oh shit!
Yeah, with a guy named Dennis Stromat.
Okay, so that's awesome, because this is why I ask these questions, because now it starts to show me where your style of music is coming from, right? And how you're starting to adapt from your foundations. So did he grow up in the South, or what made him choose that?
We're from Illinois. I'm from Southern Illinois.
Fuck the Bears. Just had to get that out there.
Fair enough. He's just a really good utility, guitar player, and he just picked up the gig from one of our friends.
So that's pretty cool.
Yeah.
And so you obviously see that growing up. You pick up the mandolin at a young age. The Midwest, we've talked about it before, although there is a hotbed for music, it's not prominent, right? So then how was that community for you growing up? Like, did you start playing in this genre, or what did you learn and base off of?
So yeah, I grew up playing bluegrass, and then, I would sit in with my dad's band a couple times, just like go on the road with him for like a weekend run and play mandolin and like
watch this little ripper come.
And French Creole stuff, which is like basically just bluegrass with French lyrics.
Okay. And so then how do you end up going from Southern Illinois to Northwest Arkansas?
So my brother moved to Northwest Arkansas, actually, to play in a band with John.
Okay, so
like
here's where we start
years
connecting
ago.
some of these dots.
Yeah, it's it was called the Squarshers, and I was younger, and we were playing like bluegrass with drums, like kind of
Fuck yes.
jamgrass, bluegrass stuff with drums.
But driving the speed with some of that drums and some of that tempo.
Oh yeah. We kind of rock and rolly and like keeping it moving. And so Dylan, his brother, moved down to join that band, and that I can't even put a year on that. That was probably
2016. No,
maybe
before
maybe even earlier than that.
Who knows?
Doesn't matter.
Around then, though, it would have been right around then, probably 2015, 2016. something like that. And then you would have been at that time. I don't even know how old you would have been.
Yeah. I met you when I was like 17
Yeah.
in a jam in my brother's basement in Eureka Springs, Arkansas.
Shit.
Which is where I live now. So
Yeah,
that's basically, I just moved down. I moved play music, you know.
Your brother went out there.
Yep.
He met John. They started playing some gigs. You come to visit your brother. Then you start jamming in the basement. And you're like, fuck Illinois. I'm going to Arkansas.
Exactly. Nailed it.
The way that it fucking should be. So, John, where was your foundation? And then before, obviously, you met Dylan, his brother. What were you doing? And where did you kind of get your taste for your music and your playing style?
Yeah. Mostly when I was growing up, I was listening to metal. I was a metalhead. I still am a metalhead.
Okay, hold on. So if that's the fucking case, we do this every episode, and I just need to ask, can we please get a Slipknot rendition, any fucking Slipknot song in Bluegrass? Please, God.
I
guarantee that'll probably happen.
I would
soon.
do that. I mean,
Dude, there are so many that work. We have a running list, and all I do is ask people, because, like, as musicians, you guys understand, right?
Send me the
very
list.
Similar. Yeah. Yes, the list. Yes.
Send me the list.
Yes. Hey, look, you dumb fuck. You missed it. You missed your fucking opportunity. You could have been here. You're finally getting it. Fuck yes. Okay, we're definitely sending you the list. But sorry, I digress. Back to you.
Yeah. So I mean, that was what I was. That's what I was into growing up, and I started playing music when I was really. Oh, sorry. I'm gonna get some scratches. I started playing music when I was also 6. I started playing piano, but that was just my parents putting us in everything.
Were your parents musicians?
No, my mom was but not a. She never performed really.
Yeah,
she played piano and she was a good piano player. But
she understood the importance of having music in your life or taking lessons, and she wanted to instill that in her kids.
For sure, yeah, and just like all the arts and the things that enrich our lives, she was very adamant that we be a part of that.
Okay, and now I have to ask you guys, because I feel like we're in a time where that's not as prominent now, right? Like when we look at like sports and like versus music and the arts versus some of these other things for extracurriculars with kids and like getting the next generation into this thing. Why do you think it's so hard for us to push them to these like creative types rather than like you can throw a rock and hit a family that has a kid that's in some sport, but to find a family whose kids are actually investing in like music or the arts, why do you feel like there's such this like disconnection recently? And I personally feel like it's like an instant gratification thing. And I feel like people don't want to put in the time, but I want to ask you guys as creatives, like, what do you think is happening right now with our society and not giving our kids, like what your mom did for you, that great foundation of learning how to play music?
Yeah,
I think some of that is like how is like definitely in our nation, but in the world we kind of glorify like sports, and it's almost like some of it to me reminds me of like gladiator stuff, which is kind of weird, but I don't know. We watch it all on TV and like.
Well, and that's crazy because you're right? Like, because we can watch it and we feel like we're in the stadium seeing that it happens, right? But also for those of us that love music, now we like couch tour, right? Mm-hmm. So we're still getting that connection by like not physically being there, but being able to like digitally like sit in and watch. And for those of us that love music, like we make it a part of our lives. But I feel like it's less and less people, because even when you look at like ticket sales or people that are going to like local shows, right? I feel like it's getting smaller and smaller. And I also feel like the age demographic is most of like us who have been doing it forever and we're still doing it, right? But like I used to go and be like, oh fuck, who are all these young fucking babies? And now there's just like less and less of that. Would you agree as like a touring band? Do you see that?
Yeah, I think so. It's hard to put a finger on all the exact, this is clearly why this is happening. But I think there's also some of the, historically, it seems like there's always booms in arts and culture when people are able to focus on stuff like arts and culture rather than just like survivability and
paying your fucking bills.
Yeah, and just, and when your society is in turmoil, it's not going to be the most important thing, I think, for a lot of people to partake in, enriching their lives in that way, as it is to just like figuring out how their marriage can be legal or some, you know what I mean?
Yeah, no,
it's weird.
It's insane. And that's what's crazy to me. It's like, because music and the arts is so communal, right? And we're obviously in this time in our lives, no matter where you stand politically, you know how I feel. Just go listen to Torrin. But for me, I think that we should be doing more of that building up. We should be talking about why the arts are important, why music brings people together, the messaging behind music, right? So often we get on the internet and somebody sings a political song or they're talking about something and they're like, shut up and sing, right? When I always am like, that's the fucking point.
That's the whole point.
Right? Don't you agree that that should be it? Like the messaging comes from the arts and comes from the music. And I think the more that we take away that and like the mindset that comes with that communal living, sports is so much easier. I can coach you. I can tell you what to do. It's authoritarian. You have to listen to me. If you don't, I'm going to bench your ass. Right? And I think that plays into our society thinking of like creating more fucking lemmings. And that's why I'm always like, all right, let's bring this dude to a show and dose him and then see how he fucking feels, right?
Yeah. Yeah, for sure. I think I think you're nailed it. There's a lot of focus that can be given to, there's only so much attention one person has. Yeah. And everyone's always trying to grab it. And we live in a world where they're constantly, you're just like assaulted with people trying to grab your attention. And in this era of social media, that's just a reality of things. And so if you don't draw your own lines and decide for yourself, I'm going to make this important in my life, I'm going to make that important in my life, someone else will decide for you. And then you'll just be, this normal pawn in a game that's being played so billionaires can make their money, instead of having a voice and saying something. And to be told like, the shut up and sing, I've literally heard that. Like I've heard those actual words said to me, and it always seems to be people that are not having their own voice and not creating their own thing that have that to say.
I also say that those are usually like, look at them, or do those look like happy people, right? Do they have a healthy relationship? Do they have somebody that like loves them and cares about them? Or are they just some miserable twat that just likes to be loud? And like, I'm a fucking troll sometimes, right? Like I'm definitely a troll and I'm a rage baiter and people know that. And sometimes I fucking push a button, right? But I'm not a fucking asshole, right? And I'm not a dick. And like, I will always explain myself and talk, like, I got so much shit for making a Trustafarian meme about kids that go on tour and like fucking nationwide. And it's like, man, that must be really fucking, I can't believe you used a real picture of people, blah, 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 blah. And I was like, man, it's a fucking meme, right? Like it's funny, but like, it's hard because people take things so seriously, but it's also where you start creating your tribe, right? And you start finding people that think similarly to you. So you guys start getting connected. Who was the next piece of the puzzle that joined the band? Was it Cam or was it Petey?
Well, I sort of started the like Front Porch name with a recording project that I did during the pandemic. Like I had access to a friend's studio and she was just like, yeah, let's just get in there and multi-track, whatever you want to do. So,
so obviously, wait, time out. We got to back up a little bit. Cause obviously if you're getting to recording, you have been established in music, you're creating. So
Yep.
where did you start dipping your toes in the water? Were you also 6? Is it 666? Is that what's happening here?
maybe a little bit later, but yeah, I started as a kid. Like my parents are musicians and,
Sorry, boys. I love
I
you.
hope so, dude. I'm like,
but yeah, I was really into jazz band in high school, and then after high school, I got more into like roots music and started playing banjo and fiddle.
What was it that got you into that?
I
Because
guess
where's home? Where did you grow up?
I'm from Michigan.
Okay.
But I traveled a lot in my 20s and lived on like different farms, and living rurally, I think definitely got me more into like banjo fiddle stuff and the trad bluegrass and old time music. And
So then you start getting into that. You had a friend that has this studio. So were you writing stuff on a solo gig, or what were you?
Yeah, I kind of had some songs originals that I was sitting on. So I recorded some of that, and then some like my own versions of old time tunes, like stuff like Darling Corey, Skillet, Wild Bill Jones, like that kind of stuff with clawhammer banjo.
Stuff you'd listen to on the front porch.
Yeah, totally. And then, started just like slowly getting gig offers, and then like adding more people.
Where was this at? So this was back in Michigan?
No, this was in Arkansas.
Okay,
It was
so you ended up in Arkansas.
right shortly after I moved there, was when I started that recording project. And
And then you creative types, you all talk to other creative types. So how did you find them?
so I met these guys at like Bluegrass jams, pretty much.
Awesome. So like just a local pick or something?
Yeah.
Yeah, throughout and like festivals and wherever people were picking.
Oh, so just like going, catching a festival.
Shout out to Sidebar in Beaver, Arkansas.
Yeah, there was one
wow,
specific
yeah.
jam that I met John and Alex at that was like a weekly thing, and it was a good one
R.I.P.
for a short period of time.
Oh man, it was such a
Like
big jam.
COVID, just like everyone just gathered during COVID there, and it's like right next to the lake.
It was
River.
it was like one of the only outdoor, like they could host like an outdoor jam.
6 feet apart, boys.
Yeah, exactly.
Right. Start put like blue footprints on the ground.
Yeah.
Over here, and there's some over there, and then there's some over there.
Like,
That's
oh,
where you
man.
can stand.
And I remember like the day that I met you, we kind of like stayed after the jam, and you're like, man, I really want to like record some of your clawhammer stuff. I'm really digging that.
Yeah,
So-
sweet.
Yeah.
Yeah, that would have been, and that was way before I joined the band, though.
Right. Yeah.
That
So
was like,
so we sort of slowly started playing gigs like the next year, and we had like kind of a rotating cast of people that would
So
whoever
Shay's,
was available.
Shay's
kind of
not
thing.
here, but he always brings this up. He talks about it as being like love at first sight, right? So do you feel like you guys came together and you saw something in him immediately that you're like, oh, fuck.
Me and Petey are bros for life.
Yeah.
Yeah, I feel like that happened with me and Alex. Like once we started playing music together, we are like, whoa, we have like a pretty cool like
Connection.
intuition.
Yeah, I
going
always
on,
say that like
musical
energy
intuition.
attracts, right? Because
Yeah.
then you guys have to like morph and become one, right? And
Yeah, totally.
that's part of that evolution as a band and as a relationship and all that shit. Because people are like, oh, come play my city. Like, bro, I also fucking live with this dude. We have to make money to work on the side. We got to get the fucking time off to try. Like, there's so much more that like goes into it, right? And I think that people, again, instant gratification of society. It's like, I just want to see you on Friday night at my favorite place to go and see music, right? But they don't see all the shit that goes into it.
Yeah.
So then you guys are connecting, and then where did you guys have a different bassist originally? And then Cam joined in, or how?
and
did that-
guitar. Yeah, me and Cam joined at like the same time. So
Okay.
they started the project.
Yeah,
It
so
was
me and
these two
Petey,
guys.
Locked?
there were two other members in the band.
Okay.
Shout out to Doc and Shyla. They play in a band called the Night Timers.
Nice.
And they do like a honky tonk country western thing now.
Awesome.
Which is super sweet.
Yep.
And then we met Cameron through a guy named Danny Spain, and he had this like jamgrass like thrown together outfit.
All right.
And
Let's get to you blinker. Let's figure this out. Mike's up, motherfucker. Cam, we're Missouri, obviously, right?
Yep.
So, like Branson.
No, I've always lived in Kansas City. I've been to Branson for sure.
But so where did the music come from? Like, where did you get into it?
So I did have some exposure to like orchestra as a young kid, but only for a few years. And then I thought
Always playing
skateboarding was
bass?
way more cool. No, I was playing violin.
Okay.
And then, yeah, I didn't.
Just a smaller.
And then I just like out of college, I started playing like with friends at parties and stuff.
Okay.
And that was like how I learned and jams. And then I started following Yonder around, and that was like what inspired me, I would say.
The only poster that doesn't leave the dungeon, no matter what season, is my Jeff Austin What the Night Brings Memorial poster.
Yeah.
For me, that man, when I went to Minnesota and I saw Yonder Mountain String Band play at Harmony Park, he encored with 3 Hartford tunes. It was Granny, Don't You Smoke Some Marijuana, Holden, and then Up on the Hill. And I didn't know who Hartford was. I didn't know who the fuck what I just saw. But I knew that I needed more of it, right? And so, what was your first Yonder show?
It was a Halloween show at Liberty Hall,
Yes.
and I went with my buddy from high school, and we both took our girlfriends, and they both thought it was really weird.
And they are no longer your girlfriends.
It's true. But the first thing that happened was some dude sitting in a wheelchair next to me looks at me and said, "Have you ever seen Yonder before?" And I was like, "Nah, first time. I've listened to him." And then he hit a button on his wheelchair and it was on a scissor lift and got up eye level with me. And I was like, "It's about to get weird."
It already did.
And,
It already did. The button was pushed, and it got fucking weird.
Like evil genius contraption.
Yeah, dude.
they played Crazy Train that night too, so that was like kind of,
Just an absolute fucking rip.
yeah, it showed me like, oh, this is like punk rock or bluegrass, like country. Like I liked old country and I liked punk rock and like
But you wanted
metal,
something together,
and that
right?
kind of like bridged that gap. Like
Yep.
I was kind of like seeing how that was, they related, you know.
For me, I always wanted fast bluegrass, right? And like I think in like the early 2000s, there was really starting to be that evolution where it was coming together, right?
Well, and I grew up close to Split Lip Rayfield too, so they were like, you know, that was like definitely kind of the same deal, you know.
And so then you're playing these jams in college parties, having fun.
Yep.
Missouri, they're all in fucking Northwest Arkansas.
So there was this festival called Wakarusa that moved.
Dude, yes.
It moved to Arkansas.
Yep.
And that it brought all these hippies down. And then there was Harvest Fest that Yonder hosted. So we all just went to those like religiously, you know.
Nice.
I think the first few times I was working, I'm doing parking,
Mm-hmm.
and then
Got to volunteer so you can get your ticket.
yeah. So that was, I did that for
1,000%.
many years.
How the fuck are we going to
Many
pay
years.
for this? Bro, if you just do 3 8-hour shifts.
Yeah.
It didn't take me long to realize that I didn't always want to volunteer, but it was a great way to get started. And yeah, then
Dude, what they
Just
don't
slowly
know
started picking.
is they make you give them a check, okay? They make you give them a check, and if you don't fucking show up for your volunteer shifts, they cash that fucking check. Ask me how I know.
I don't know if they were doing that at that time, but,
I got them a couple times then.
Yeah. Yeah. Right.
but that got me going down there, and it was always like the goal of every band I was in to like play Harvest Fest or play, you
Get
know,
on that stage.
And so then like later Hillberry starts up in place of Harvest basically, and yeah, I just wanted to play. And then kind of when COVID lockdown was easing up, I was starting to get back out playing. I wasn't in a band anymore, so I was like keeping
COVID killed that too.
yeah, I was in a band that toured for many years, Grass Fed, and then after the lockdowns was kind of just wanting to keep my hat in the ring. And
Wait, holy shit. So grass fed, remember I was telling you guys the story about folding the poster?
yeah,
The chick that was next to me that was trying to stop me, her and her boyfriend started Grass Fed Bluegrass Festival in North Carolina.
oh, we're playing that.
Yeah, dude, those guys
cool.
are the shit.
Okay, cool.
They're the
Nice.
shit.
All right.
I wore a grass fed camo shirt when I interviewed Barber, and the fucking dickhead's like, "What, did you win a pickup truck with that t-shirt?"
Yes.
I was like, "You don't fucking get it, Barber." I'm like, that's cool, buddy. But sorry, I had to give a shout out to the guys at Grassfed, and that's fucking dope that you guys are playing that. And it doesn't surprise me because what people don't realize is like, yes, it's quote hard to go find local shows or local bands are always hitting that, and festivals give you that opportunity to invest like 2 or 3 days and see a gamut of different music, right? I think the issue is a lot of people are chasing the top of those posters and the headlining acts, and they're missing out when they're not seeing all of the bands in between, because that really starts to give you guys exposure. It helps to grow your fan base, right? And obviously you guys connected because of that festival, and that's that sense of community. We're all raging during the shows, and then you come back and now you guys are playing your own music together. So what you said, it was Hillberry that you ended up finding Cam at?
Well, I was playing with the Danny Spain gang, and PD was part of that sometimes. Alex was a part of that sometimes. And we were doing some just regional shows. There was one time, though, in Des Moines, Iowa, that they came up and we all played. And it was me, Alex, and PD, and Danny. And it was like, who are these guys? This is awesome. And then, I don't know, a few weeks later, they had a duo show planned in Kansas City and called me, and I was like, hell yeah. So I tried to show up, and then they had another show, so I played that too, and then John came. And I've known John, and then
John magically appeared.
but I've known John for many
from the
years.
ceiling.
Yeah, so it was cool when I saw John show up. I was like, oh hell yeah, because we knew each other from picking at like 3 a.m. at festivals for
So you had
the
already
last
made a
decade
connection
or
from
something.
just being in the community and hanging
That
out.
was
Yeah.
that was like what he was talking about with like Harvest Fest and Wakarusa and stuff. I think we probably met each other at Harvest Fest.
Yeah,
if I remember.
likely.
And just picking around
See, for all
campfires
those
and stuff.
For all those people bitching, telling us to shut up at 3 and 4 in the a.m. in the morning.
We're working on
Look
stuff.
what it can become.
Yeah.
Right?
We're
Look
trying
what
to
it
get
can
stuff
become.
going.
You shut the fuck up. Okay?
Yeah, that was so we had known each other for a long time.
Yeah, our old bands used to play gigs together and stuff.
Awesome.
Yeah.
But so
years
then
ago.
the time period of AJ after John, when did you finally jump on board?
So from the way that from my perspective, we all go to I've been going for years to Winfield to go to, it's called Walnut Valley Bluegrass Festival, but everyone just calls it Winfield, right? And I've been going to that for a while, and then I don't know specifically what year it was, probably 22 or 2022, and you guys came and we played just at some of the the campground stages, because you guys came up, but Doc and Shyla didn't go to the festival, and so you guys were just there hanging out like at Lamp Camp, which is some
Shout out to the Foggy Memory Boys.
Oh, buddy, we've had them on. We talked about Lamp Camp. We have talked about
all
Lamp
right.
Camp.
Oh, nice.
So they were basically.
Fuck you, Andy.
Oh no, Andy, don't. Fuck you.
Wait, remember, eye contact,
don't
John.
fuck you, Andy.
Remember,
Don't
eye
fuck
contact, John.
Oh yeah, right.
Yes, yeah.
But we were gonna
Yeah,
drip
yeah,
it
yeah,
down
see?
like this. Okay. So I didn't meet them there. Like we had met way earlier than that.
Were you there for the first album then, or did you come after the first album?
Yeah. So they were still had the other iteration at that point, but we're just playing at the campground and stages and whatnot. We're having a really good time. So then everyone goes home and goes their separate ways.
We had one really epic set.
We did have one.
It was very epic.
really-
at 2 in the morning or something,
Stage 7.
right?
Yeah, it was the very last set of the whole festival, because the
closing set.
Well, it wasn't like on stage. The way
No, the late night closing set. Like in the trailer, fucking end of the night,
Yeah.
all the hooligans.
Yeah, okay, you got
I'm
it.
yelling, let's fucking go.
All right, so but it was awesome. It was me, Alex.
We were all
and
very
Petey.
well hydrated.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I'm sure. I'm gonna say yeah. Sure, I was too. And it was the three of us: me, Alex, Petey, Michael Scambry, who plays fiddle with Johnny Molinax.
Yep. Oh, dude, Johnny's the shit.
Yeah.
And that's where I saw him just recently, and that's where I was like, Alex, you're coming on the fucking podcast.
Totally. And so we, and we've known Mike for a long time. And then also Matt played bass from Foggy Memory Boys.
Nice.
So it was the five of us playing like a, classic bluegrass style outfit last stage. And it was it was epic. I mean, it was like for me.
Since that's pieced together, when you go into that set, did you know what you guys were gonna play, or were you guys just up there like, fuck, all right, let's go with this?
I can't.
Not really.
We knew we were gonna play Old Time Mayhem.
Okay.
Yeah, it was pretty. It was pretty.
Like, we're gonna fuck this place up.
Honestly, that was the vibe.
Yeah, it was.
Everyone, I think.
It was definitely thrashy.
Very thrash.
I mean, I think that was the vibe from everyone. We got off stage. We were laughing about this because like Matt, like he like things he like how were we saying it? It's like things just like he feels it so much. It's like more of the energy is coming into him than it is to me or something. Okay, so I don't know how to explain it. It's just like the shit hits him really hard, and so we finished that set. And we get off, and like we're all like, you can tell we're all kind of like buzzing off,
for sure.
you know. But he's just like over there, like, whoa, whoa, like, and he said to me, like, he's like, I
You
don't.
popped his chair.
He was like, what? I'm gonna have to think about this for a while. And I was like, dude, me too, man.
that?
Yeah, and I think we were all kind of in that same headspace.
Yeah, I think after that, me and Alex were sort of wanting to invite Henry into the band, and it took a minute, but it came together.
You got him there. Well, and then it's kind of like, I mean, we talk about music being a drug, right? And now you're kind of like chasing that dragon. You got that high, and now you're like, okay, I'm fucking with this. Let's get more of this. And even if it's not happening right away, the seed's been fucking planted, right? So you're like, okay, well, we can still get to that, or we can do it again another time and like chase that, right? And I think that people don't realize, because like some people are like, how do you go to so many concerts? And I'm like, have you fucking been? Like,
Yeah, haven't you?
Amazing.
Haven't you ever done that?
And you
How could
don't have to
not?
take a fucking 10 strip every time, right? Like, I go to shows stone cold sober, and I still have just as much fun as when I indulge, like when you're feeling it and you get into that and you have that fucking energy. And I feel like it's cool to hear that as you guys as musicians, but you said it took a while. So what was that transition, and what finally pushed it over to get fucking old John Henry in this band?
Well, I think what really kind of forced us to switch it up is me and Alex wanted to start touring like further out, and our other bandmates.
So like more than regionally.
Yeah. And our
Like,
other
a
bandmates
tank of
kind of
gas
wanted
or
to,
fucking more, right?
right. Yeah, and our other bandmates wanted to keep it more locally.
They're like, are you fucking kidding? Do you know how expensive and miserable that sounds?
Yeah, pretty much. So yeah, we kind of just hit a point where we're like, all right, if we want to like take this on the road, we gotta.
You're chasing. You
Mix it
were
up.
ready to fucking invest and go and do it.
Yeah, and our first tour, like I was just booking stuff without even having the full band. Like
You didn't give a fuck.
locked
He's
down.
like, we're getting dates. Like,
Yeah,
let's
we're-
fucking
Me
go.
and Petey were like doing duo shows.
yeah, we're like, we'll
were,
just do it
ready,
as a
you know?
duo if need be. But like,
That's fucking awesome, because you guys were just determined at that point, right?
Yeah,
Like, we're
absolutely.
gonna fucking figure it out. You obviously knew that you had something, right?
Right.
So then you just wanted to like feed that beast and like figure it out. So then you finally got the two of them to jump on.
Yeah, and we already had some like decent slots at some festivals, so I think they were stoked on the shows we had lined up.
You're like, hey dudes, if you join the band, you can play at.
Yeah, I think I just liked what they were doing, and that set at Winfield, to like, because that was the energy. I was like, oh, that's what they're like. That's what they're doing. That's sick.
Well, I heard about that set too in Kansas City.
Hell yeah.
So that was like, I was like, oh, who's this band? And then like I kind of found some stuff online, and not a lot because it was pretty new. But I was like, I'm gonna learn these fucking songs, and yeah.
Yeah, there are some videos out there. Who knows where they're at now, but
From
Yeah.
that set.
yeah.
Oh, internet, we will find them.
Yeah.
Insert clip here.
But I think that, but we've been playing like all weekend and stuff too, because I always camp at My Grass is Blue, which is just right, I don't know, a hop, skip, and a jump over, across the street and down the way from where Lamp Camp is. And
Up your butt and around the corner.
Exactly. Yeah. So we were spending time and hanging out and jamming anyway. So I think that was feeling pretty. And I think that maybe PD, I think you sat in with. We had one at like I think Damn Neighbors had like one of the Thursday night.
Yep.
And you sat in there, and
Yeah,
so like we
totally.
were playing together with stuff.
Well,
You know, but-
and a lot of your guys' story comes back to like community festivals. So like how much of that has played in your role? Now you got the core to start going out. You guys play a fuckload of festivals, right? Like obviously that is a core strategy to get you guys in front of more and more people. And so like when you're going to these festivals, you obviously have to curate for your sound or what you're trying to give to them and like get to that energy. But you guys know this. You can't just fucking come and kick the door in from the fucking second like you obviously want to, but realistically as fucking human beings and the energy that it takes as you as musicians to put that out, right? Because it's fucking exhausting to play, isn't it?
Yeah. Yeah, it's been interesting to see like who's kind of become part of our circle over the years. And like last year we ran like a Kickstarter campaign, and I think that's like
That was
really-
for the sophomore album, right?
yeah. And that I feel like that's kind of helped solidify like, okay, these are our people, you know, because kind of helped everybody like
do you
buy
guys have a
into it
name for
more.
your fan base?
Last or
Oh, there's fucking giggles. There's definitely a fucking name, boys.
Well,
Let's
we've
go.
talked about it, but I don't know if anything has been.
2 weeks
Who said
ago,
something about it?
someone dubbed them Stoop Kids.
Oh,
Stupid
yeah.
kids.
I don't know who
I was
that
gonna call them porch chops.
That sounds, yeah. I don't know if it was Grace, but it sounds like it was Grace.
We'll give her some grace.
Yeah, she. It might have been her, but yeah, Stoop Kids. I could see. You know, what are you doing? Stooping.
Stupid, dude. Well, it's a fucking vibe, right? And that's what I love. Is like, it's, and that's why I tried to figure out like where you guys' foundations come from, because even listening to the songs that you played in the session, there are so many different genres that you're going to and pulling from to create your sound, right?
Yeah, we're all songwriters,
Yeah.
which is really fun.
But it is fun. But then how do you guys as a band, because that's 4 voices, right? That's 4 creative minds. I don't know how that process meshes and molds for you. So what does that look like for you guys as all being songwriters, right? And then you're trying to create a tone for the band as a whole, all right? So how do you guys do that? And how do you work things up?
I mean, we all sort of like write originals on our own, and then we sing those originals as like the lead vocal.
Okay.
But like we'll bring them to the group and be like, this is what I got so far. Like,
I got
what do you
70%
think about this?
of something. Can
Yeah.
you help write a hook or write something here? How do I
Yeah.
close this fucking thing out? Like,
Kind of use each other's strengths to make it as best as we can. You know.
so let's fucking talk about those strengths, Kim. What do you feel like if you had to ask somebody like, okay, if I was talking to like Alex, what's something that you're going to come to him for that you feel like is something that is in his wheelhouse or a strength for him?
I would say definitely like theory and like arrangement is always like helpful.
Of course. Have you seen that fucking
by.
kid bounce around on that stage?
Both Petey and Alex.
That's what's happening in his brain at the same time.
John's really got a lot of strength with the harmonies and like breaking down like where the harmonies need to go and stuff. And yeah, like for
Fuck
me,
you, Petey.
I think it's
So
good to I said like Petey and Alex both with the
Don't you
arrangement
lie.
for
We'll
sure.
run it back, Cam. Son of a bitch. but no, so that's like cool. And so you guys start to pair some of the stuff. But now here's what I talk about is especially for somebody with like your guys' sound. I love both of your albums. And I'm excited to see when you guys put out something new. But also your live shows are so much fucking different, right? And like the energy and where you're able to stretch some of those things out. So how, as you're creating music for the studio and as you're writing stuff versus how you're performing it and knowing like, oh, here's where we can stretch this out, or here's where we're going to do this, but then still being able to like condense it for like an album.
Yeah.
I know, buddy. I know. It's fucking hard.
He says,
I'm like, yeah.
He's like, and next question, please.
So you're asking
So, like-
how we decide that?
Well, like, and how does that process look for like what you're putting together for the album when you're producing it? Because you guys are talking about recording and putting new stuff out for this third album that you're going to be working on, right? But as you're writing, do you write knowing like, okay, this is how I want to perform it in the studio versus here's how I want to stretch things out or do
No.
good question.
I would say no.
Okay.
Like a lot of the live stuff develops just from playing it over and over.
It's just improvisation.
Yeah, for sure.
I would say though, like with like Going Blind, for example, there's that space in there that is on the studio recording where John will take like a kind of a spacey solo,
A couple of licks on it. Yep.
And like that's just material that we know we can just like space it out. You know?
Like,
we can
and
play it
instead
safe,
of
we can
30
just space it.
seconds, it's now
3
7
minutes.
minutes. Yeah, exactly.
Totally.
Like, just let it fucking go. But so essentially what you're doing is you're cooking the meal, and then when you're bringing it live and starting to play it is when you're starting to fuck with things and like stretch things out and kind of...
Yeah.
So
I would say like on Lifeboat, the song we played today, that was like a way shorter song on the studio version. And that's just kind of like developed over playing it. And then like, each time we play it and something really cool happens, we're like, let's try to do that
fucking
again.
do that again. Be like, oh shit. But so how do you guys, because like improvisation is so hard, and I talked about this to bring up Brownie or Barber from the Biscuits again. We talked about like not just being another variation of something else, right? And like you guys have such a different sound. So like how do you find those places to do that? And when you're going on stage, do you know like, all right, we're gonna fucking try this? Or like does it just come naturally and you're like, look at him, you're like, fucking go? Or how does that work for you guys?
I would say there's been some like integral shows throughout our time doing it where like there's times where like I guess we were playing it more safe just because we like I don't know, like we just have a bigger audience, or like just it's a show that we're just like, okay, we're doing the arrangement. And then there's other shows.
Okay, wait, hold on, time out, because now you're fucking telling me what I need to ask you already. Why would you play it safe for a bigger show?
I feel like so we don't like fuck it up. Like,
but so you're saying because just playing it a way that you know is already good, and so then you're gonna play like more conservatively for a bigger show?
I've like used this where like, and it can be like a practice thing or like a performance thing too, where like you want to always be able to perform at like 80%, so you have some headroom to push it. So because in those live scenarios you might be like, okay, we're doing the arrangement, then someone gets like a look and like, actually fuck that, let's do it, and then we jump off the cliff. But like I feel like there was like some times where we were like, we're in a new town, we're trying to make a good impression, let's just do this. But then there was like some pretty crucial shows where like we knew we had a really like trusting fan base there. They're the people that have seen us a bunch, and they saw us 3 months ago or a couple months ago, and we can't play the same thing. We have to try something new, and that's in the back of our heads. And then like we hit this spot where we generally would try something or not, and we're all trying to just do it slightly different, and it births those new ideas.
Can I tell you a secret?
What's that?
We don't know when you fuck up. We don't. Unless it's like playing, we do not fucking know when you fuck up. We do not know. Most 90% of fans out there that don't play music have no fucking clue. We have no clue. What we do know is when you're going out there and you like get to a fucking place, you're like, what the fuck was that? And so for me, as a selfish music fan, I'm going to be a dick to you, Cam, because I want you to fucking try it every time. I don't want you to play conservative.
And I think those shows showed us that, where it was like it showed us that we could lean on the crowd and like let ourselves explore. And then after that, like Lovegrass was a big one. Like we hit some new shit there.
Yeah, the crowd energy is so important.
It is like if you can feel it.
Level.
Like,
I think a lot of it has to do with like comfortability versus like what the
a bunch of fucking stiffs outside, staring at you.
Yeah, no,
it's like, Jesus
the whole
Christ,
thing.
bro, can you move a little bit?
because you can feel
Vibing, we're gonna be vibing.
Yeah, you can feel like when the crowd's ready for it.
Listen, dickheads, stand up, fucking dance. Jesus Christ, have a good
Act
time.
crazy, please.
If you're going to Front Porch, you should fucking know what you're getting into, right? And like, I think that for festivals that can be different because like depending on the type of festival or what's going on, people don't know what to expect, right, from a set, and they're just coming to match reach that. But I think you're 1,000% right that like we see you guys feed off our energy. And that's why when people come here, I always ask about like Colorado versus different scenes, right? Because we are fucking spoiled. We have such an amazing scene here, and it's not just one genre, right? Like we have music up the wazoo. We're 3 miles from fucking Red Rocks right now, right? Like we are very, very spoiled, but we also show up. We show up for smaller shows, right? Like we will come out, we will have a good time. Is there a spot, like obviously you got to have a core in Arkansas, and I'm guessing with Winfield, you guys have some in Kansas and some of the Midwest. Where's some of other hotbeds or spots that you love to go play, and we don't have to stroke Colorado's ego anymore because they already fucking know how special they are?
Yeah. Well, I mean, I think that you touched on something important though, which is like, you're saying, you know, you're spoiled because you get so many good bands coming through, and then you immediately said but we show up for it, but that's why those bands come through. It's because we all know that if we come out to have a show, that people are going to come out and watch it and enjoy it and be invested in it. And so I think that's a big part of like building a fan base, and anywhere that we're going is because, you know, we get in the van afterwards and we're like driving to the next spot, and you always just talk. It's like that they say about meeting someone. It's like you might not remember exactly what they said, but you're going to remember how they made you feel.
Yep.
And it's just like that. Like I'm not
For these venues or shows.
Yeah, you know, it's like I don't remember everything about it, but I do remember how it made me feel.
But can I be honest about, for some of these traveling bands and like people like you that have to come all the way from fucking Northwest Arkansas, Colorado's amazing, but we're also kind of in this desert because Denver and the Four Corners is fucking awesome. You got to roll through Kansas. You got to roll through fucking New Mexico. You got to roll through Wyoming or Nebraska or fucking Utah. Good fucking luck, right? Like that's hard. And that's why I call it like the Mecca, because like when you get here, it's like, oh, fucking great. But then you're like, cool, our next gig's 12 hours away.
Yeah. Yep. That's true.
And that can be very hard. And I think that people don't realize that. And that's where it's like, if you live in those states and you're asking your venues to fucking book bands like you guys and buying tickets before the day of fucking show, so
that helps a lot.
It helps so much. And it's like, I understand. I have a wife and 2 kids, and I'm constantly going to shows. I have every fucking excuse not to, right? But I think that a lot of fans are top heavy. And like, cool, Billy Strings sold out 2 days of Ball Arena, but then I've got homies that are playing E-Town or whatever that are struggling to fill a fucking room, right? Mm-hmm. Like, it's stupid. People need to show up. And I think in these other states, you have to advocate, because if they're not doing that, then it's harder for you guys, and they're just going to drive past your town. Right. And so like for you guys, you came out here, you have a string of fucking shows to make it worthwhile. Right. You've already played a couple. You're playing tonight in Gold Hill. Right.
Yeah.
And then we have you at Golden Grass on Saturday, which is fucking nuts. And then do you guys have any more Colorado shows after those runs?
No. Well, I think unless we have some later in the year.
But so then where do you go? Where do you go after this? After your Colorado shows are done, then are you going West Coast? Are you just full sending it? Or are you guys going back towards home?
Yeah, we're headed home after that.
Nice. And then where's the next tour stops then?
What is the next
festivals? There's a bunch of festivals on. You have a fuckload of festivals.
Yeah, we do. What's the next?
I'm playing Willie Stock.
Willie Stock.
Indiana.
Next weekend, I believe.
Yep.
That's awesome.
Marengo, Indiana.
So you guys will actually drive home and then drive to fucking Indiana?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it's
Savages.
it's like how the it's weird. Like it's kind of strange. Like trying to talk about tour, because I think a lot of people's concept is like, this is it. This is the tour, and then like you're out and you go on that tour. And then you go home.
Yeah, when you're a fucking millionaire band and you have buses and fucking, we're going to go do this, cool. Yeah. But realistically, all right, we're going to do a Midwest leg. We're going to do a Colorado run.
Yeah.
We're going to do, like, financially, that's what you guys have to do, right?
Yeah,
right.
And it just makes more sense to not, you know, I'm married. Cam's got a long-term partner, like, and responsibilities at home and stuff. It makes sense to just we'll
And
be out
I
be
bet
back.
she likes Yonder Mountain String Band, Jeff Austin.
Yeah.
Oh, dude, you know it. Yeah.
Loves him.
Yes. See you, ex-girlfriend.
But yeah, so it makes sense to come out, and that's kind of how it ends up being. It's like, well, we want to book up the weekends, but it's really hard to fill like a Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and it's hard enough to fill a Monday. But then me and Alex have a different gig that we play every Monday. We play with a band called Sprung Billy at the Wanderoo Lodge in Eureka. So it's like this.
Oh, fuck.
Once
so
a week.
You have to get back for that gig.
So yeah, and it makes a lot of sense because Mondays are hard to fill anyway.
Alex is saying, fuck it.
Well, I mean, you know, like
Buddy,
when we're out there on the road, you know, it's Michael Scambry's also in the band, and Adams Collins from Arkansas.
Nice.
And you know, we're all just like traveling so much and doing our own things in our own different bands. And so if someone's out on tour, we'll just like hire someone else to come in. You
Oh,
know,
nice.
but
Just
like
to fill in or sit. or something.
yeah.
Which is dope because then you start getting some of those relationships and continuing to grow the community and shit like that.
Yeah, I host a community jam every Wednesday when I'm in town.
Sounds like a typical fucking bass player.
I don't.
Hey, look at me. I'm the only one that can do this.
I hardly play bass at the jam. Actually,
Do you let everybody bring their other bass?
yeah,
You play a lot of guitar there.
yeah, a lot of guitar there.
He's like, yeah, fuck you, bass.
I let everybody else just come and play songs and facilitate. You know.
But like, how important is that in the aspect of like growing the community, right? Because like, I think social media is fucking a wonderful thing and a terrible thing, right? Because like, cool, we can see shit, we can see videos and clips of shows, but like jams and actually like getting together and like playing with each other is a whole different fucking ball game, like a whole different ball game. But how would you tell people that are playing at home? Like, it's okay to go and fucking suck in a jam, right?
100%.
Because there's usually different tiers. And I think a lot of people have so much fear of, like, I've never played in front of someone, right? And, like, stupid shit like that.
Yeah.
But I think that there's a lot of musicians that are handcuffing themselves because they're not pushing to, like, start getting out there.
I tell people it's just like you can be the best or the worst player. It's just a matter of having a certain etiquette, and it's the same etiquette that you would have if you walked up to a group at a party. Like, you wouldn't walk up to a group at a party and then like standing there and like while other people are talking to each other, just start like yelling over them.
John hasn't hung out with me before. I'm totally not kidding.
We're hanging out now.
Yeah, no, true. And I'm talking over you, which is what I'm telling you, buddy. Like, that's just who I am. I'm fucking sorry.
But it's also your podcast, so
No, fuck them.
So I know. I think there's just that, you know, just know that if you go sit in a jam, just like be mindful of your volume and like and do your, you know, the best you can. But like if people are not stoked with you because you're not at the same skill level or not at a certain skill level, then they're the wrong person to be jamming with. But
Also,
it's okay to not like their etiquette, you know
Fuck
what I mean?
that guy too, right? Or gal.
Yeah, fuck that person for sure.
And I know a lot of the jams here, they have different tiers, right? Like, hey, beginners are going to be from this time to this time, right? Intermediate, and then fucking rippers. Like,
Yeah, and
That's great. And if you want to section it out like that, that's totally fine. But in all of those jams, I would say the same thing. It's just know the etiquette. Just know that like it goes in a circle. Everyone takes their turn. Everyone takes their turn playing the song they want, and then everyone takes their turn soloing. And when someone else is soloing, don't be soloing. If your rhythm is not as perfect as what's happening, then just kind of mitigate your volume until you can like feel the rhythm and find it. It should be social. It's part of what acoustic music is.
And I think a lot of the times you guys are so welcoming, and I never I got fucking sausage fingers. I don't play shit. But I think that so many of you guys are always so like, all right, cool. Hey, your first time, like, let's fucking get you in there. Let's try.
yeah, at my gym, there's people that like come out that are super green, and there's total pros that come, and it's like some of them are afraid to like even get their instrument out at first, and then I'm like, okay, come hang out, stand here next to so and so and pick some rhythm, and then eventually people start wanting to do solos and they're nervous about that. And one of the things I say is like, this is the best place to just belly flop. Like, get up there and mess it up.
Or the 3 a.m. festival.
Yeah, it's like
the fucking books have no idea what's going on.
Yeah,
right?
it's like, we're just here having fun, and it's okay that like let's just have fun. And then I think that helps ease people. And then you come for a year to a jam, you're going to be like leaps and bounds better than what you were last year. You know?
For sure.
Yeah, one thing that's really fun about touring with this band is everybody's down for the after show jams, and a lot of times we'll like wake up, and if we have time in the morning, we'll like play tunes, and so
Show up in some random dude's basement.
Yep, exactly.
Let's fucking go. But so now let's make sure that people know where to find you. So do you guys have websites, Instagram, socials? Where can people check up on tour, buy their fucking merch? Tell the people.
Yeah, frontporchmusic.com is our website, right?
Isn't there dashes in it?
Front
dashes.
porch
Yeah.
dash music.com, or you can type in frontporchband.com. It'll take you there. But we don't go as Front Porch Band. We are Front Porch.
We are just a band. And you can type in frontporchband.com to find us.
It'll take
But
you
we're
there.
Front Porch.
We're Front Porch.
Listen, motherfuckers. It's not band.
And if you own the IP address Front Porch, just please send it our way.
We'll buy it from you
Like we need
for
to
$100.
We need to crowdsource to get them Front Porch. Just to fucking help. What's the Instagram? You guys, obviously, social media is the fucking bane of existence. I can't say whore on the internet, but I'm going to say it. I'm a social media whore. And fucking, it's important, right? But it also sucks. So what's your Instagram handle? Where can people find you guys?
Front.porch.music is our Instagram.
Okay, never mind. Go to our description. I'm going to tag all the accounts. We're going to fucking find them. We're going to rage with you guys on Saturday night. I'm super appreciative. Go check out the session. If you guys want to hear them, they're going to have new music coming out again at some point. The sophomore album just came out last year. There's lots of fresh stuff. Where can people find some of your live music?
YouTube. We've got a lot of full shows on YouTube and different single songs and stuff. Our buddy Jesse Brooks, Taster Media, he came out on the road with us and filmed a lot of our shows and got the soundboard. So we've been trying to do that. If we have people come out and tape, if you're a taper, come tape our show and we'll put it on archive.
Yeah,
Stuff
we have
like
an
that.
archive, so we'll be putting stuff on there as well.
That's awesome.
Yep.
I love it, guys. Thank you so much for taking the time.
Thank
you so much for having us.
We'll see you motherfuckers next week. Boom.
Dude, that's a blast, man. Thank you so much.